Hello, my name is Delroy Soares. I'm at the QEPH in Birmingham, um, 20th of April 2008. I myself to make some video clips to expose the human rights abuses done in the UK in the mental health hospitals, such as the one I've just mentioned, the QEPH. The government has set up a system whereby people can be kidnapped by the state and locked away from the justice system in a subcultured world called a mental health system, whereby we do not get trials, we are simply kidnapped by the police or malicious mafia people across various departments to hide us, just like in Nazi Germany. I myself was kidnapped and brought here on the 4th of August 2007 after me exposing the crimes of the Labour Party in 2006, approximately the 31st of August, whereby I exposed during 2006 that the Labour Party were breaking Article 4 and Article 30 of United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights Act 1948, which came into force after Adolf Hitler's abuses, which meant that the United Nations was founded on it to prevent such like abuses happening after 1948. Well, when I exposed in 2006 the Labour Party's breaches with PERTEMS, which was a national scheme run between the state and PERTEMS in blackmailing people who are genuinely in a system where there's not enough jobs. They were blackmailing people to go into various schemes using public money. In fact, the process is basically slavery. First of all, the job centres would approach a person instead of giving them the money to start up a business themselves. They would rather give so many thousands to PERTEMS to be the field charge hand in the slavery, whereby the job centre people go to the job centre, they will be interviewed by staff who are supposed to be help to look for jobs for you, but they were being used as a middleman towards PERTEMS and agencies like that, whereby they interviewed you and then blackmailed you. If you do not go to PERTEMS, we will cut off your benefit. The benefit they paid into a club, which is not a tax. The stamps you pay is not a tax. It is a club where you get benefits. Excuse me. Anyway, as it turned out, when you went to the job centre, if you didn't go to the PERTEMS, you were put under duress, blackmail, which once you had to concede to feed your family to go, it would mean that the state was committing human trafficking, and then after the human trafficking to PERTEMS, PERTEMS then received you, blackmailed and coerced you as well, into what is called slavery. There's 3 stages: blackmail, human trafficking, and slavery. Now, during 2006, when I brought this to the Labour Party's attention, and the Stony Lane Job Centre managers, including the latest one then was Alan Shelley, who's been promoted, by the way, after a lot of corruption. Anyway, during that 2006, the whole of them decided to stitch me up on the 31st of August, and they were caught on tape recording and by witness fabricating lies about me and staff at the job centre. So they were caught on tape. Because we haven't got much time today to go through date by date, by September the 25th, I'd been sending documents to United Nations and the Human Rights Court, Commission on Human Rights, asking them to keep tracks of all the documents I'm going to send, because sooner or later I had a feeling that the state was going to kidnap me, which they did eventually on the 31st of August the following year, 2007. Sorry, the 3rd of August, sorry, 2007. But anyway, in 2006, by 25th of September, the the Secretary of State John Hutton was in trouble. The job centre was in trouble. The staff was in trouble for accessory to this human trafficking and slavery, and I had to ask the police to arrest them. And I was sending everything to United Nations and to the Commissioner again of Human Rights in Europe, Thomas Hammerberg, just to keep my evidence until whatever way it would turn out. Anyway, the battle raged on through me asking the police to keep records as well. Kings Heath Police Station, Acox Green, and Belgrave Road, which was the one that's going to kidnap me later on at Belgrave Road later, the next following year. Anyway, during September, the battle raged until Carl Neenan, the manager at the job centre, got caught on tape, caught in more abuses. By December, me and my backup protectors, the Public Defender UK, which is a self-help voluntary group where they don't make any money. We just rally around whichever one that's been abused in the public, and we get together letters and things and post off to the department to try and solve the problem of being victimised by the state departments. Well, this organisation has been going since the 80s. Anyway, by November, Carl Neenan got himself into trouble. By December the 7th, took in documents, legal notices to the manager, John Hutton, the Labour Party, the lot were going to sue because of this covering up and hiding documents I needed for court, and various things was in the documents. And staff was stealing documents on the 7th of December. Sorry, the 7th they tricked me into a back room to try and set me up, and they got caught. By the 11th, if I remember rightly the exact date, they were then caught stealing documents, which meant I had to call the police 999. It's all recorded on the system about them stealing documents. Although the police didn't do anything, but there's recordings of the police stored away safely, not doing anything. Although there wasn't much they could do apart from watching it at the time, which is Decemberish time. And then by after Christmas, I am demanding that the police do arrest the Labour Party and the whole of them, which coincidentally was just after, that was in January, just after, during December, all of a sudden my landlord, Birmingham City Council, started to make some absolute ridiculous attacks on me, putting me in rent arrears, making threats to get out of my house, and even making a secret notice to quit, which there's certain processes have to go before to even get that far. But for £100 and something rent arrears, it was impossible for a notice to quit to have been done. However, during December, the council started to attack me, and then between December up to when they kidnapped me and brought me into the police station, the 3rd of August 2007, there was at least 8 or 9 attempts to get into my house by pretending I was in rent arrears. And during that time, it came out in 14th of February that there was an apology from the council for a notice to quit dated the 25th of January, which came the 30th or the 31st of January, telling me I must get out in 28 days with no reasons and no possibility of me being in any arrears anyway, because they'd already written to me 29th of December telling me that my rent was clear and I wasn't in arrears after all. So there was no chance of any arrears building up for a notice to quit. But in the 14th of